Okay, let's just do a little oh. Hey folks, how you doing? A very good morning, well, good afternoon and welcome. It is, what is it? It is 10 past 1 in the morning, 10 past 2 local here in France, in Toulouse. Thank you for joining us. Hope you're doing well. I hope you're enjoying the beginning of your weekend. Glorious weather here in France, in southern France. Almost balmy, 26 odd degrees. It said 31, but I think that was the inside of the car. She is, as you just saw, at the delivery centre, and she's at that funky delivery centre as well. There's a big sort of like, you actually go on Google Earth and look at it. Jelly, I've got feedback. I can hear myself. Turn it down. Can you turn it down? Stand by. Is that me? Okay, I've lost that. Okay, there we go. Sorry, folks. So yeah, the delivery centre has a number of different bays in it, and the Virgin 330Neo, which is what we're looking at today, is the most upgraded variant of the Airbus fleet in terms of the A330. She's got new wing, all new engines, wing tips, advanced, probably I'd imagine, advanced cockpit, etc, etc. But a beautiful aircraft. She looks really funky, and we are going to witness, this is the first 339 for any British fleet, I believe, to be delivered. Is that right? I think it is. But this particular delivery centre that they're at, if you look on Google Earth, like I said, you'll see all the different bays there on the that side and this side. Got a tug coming out at the moment. That might be for it. Looks like we're on time for a 3 p.m. departure here at Toulouse. But it's surrounded, it's kind of got that stadium type look about it. But go and have a look and see if you can find it on Google Earth. And we're very lucky. You might notice a few of you folks who watch Big Jet TV regularly. We've been to Toulouse so many times. We're talking, I believe, including the long weekends where we've been here for a couple of days, but we're talking about, you know, getting on for 20 times. But it has been memorable every time we've been here. It's a bit like a fishing trip, where you're literally casting your rod and seeing what you can catch. The beluga, nothing happens here on a weekend, by the way, folks, although I believe they might still be pushing stuff around the airfield, you know, gliders as they call them. We'll have a little look over there, although today is all about Virgin Atlantic. We've kind of got that attachment to Airbus as well, because it's the Airbus delivery centre for the A330, the A350, it was the A380, the A320 and the A319. So no 321s here, but apparently there was the ITA 321 that was received here and then flew down to Italy. But that is what we've got. I've got Julian here, who's a very keen plane spotter, wants to be a pilot, and hello to all the other folks that I've met on my journey on the way here. So we've got Gareth and all the team at the delivery centre right now, so I'm in touch with them, and of course I'm going to be reading your comments out as well. I've got them over there, and let's just hope that everything goes to plan. You know, these things can be delayed, folks, but from what I'm seeing, the APU is running, the flight crew are on board the aircraft, the engineers are about to go on the aircraft as well. I think they might already be on there now. So everything's looking like it's going ahead. Now, we have had a couple of things from Virgin sent over to us. Thank you, Gareth. What's the first one we're going to play out, GP? Yeah. Yeah, stand by. Yeah, okay. The first one we're going to play out. Gilly's going to play this out for us. She's in London right now, and we've got Rupert as well in London. Don't forget, who's going to be covering the arrival. Of course, a big shout out to all our friends on Flight Radar 24 as well. We're in collaboration with those guys today, and we will be covering the flight of this 339 from Toulouse to London with the help of Flight Radar 24. Of course, you guys can all follow it there as well, but we will be playing out play by play, literally, or inch by inch, or mile by mile of this aircraft flying from Toulouse in southern France, so around about 1 hour and 40 minutes, something like that. And I think we're going to be able to do it in 3D view as well, so that's going to be quite interesting to see. So we're going to play out this. Actually, should we just quickly cross over to London, Gilly, and just see if we can. And you're going to have to shout me on here, Gilly, because I'm not watching the feed, if you know what I mean. So, hello, Rupert, in London. Are you there, Rupert? It's a bit like the.
Hello, guys. You got me. Awesome. We've just got a bit of a satellite delay, I think, Jerry. The weather is actually better than it was earlier on. I woke up this morning bright and early, looked out the window, fantastic. Came back in another 20 seconds, and there was fog, and it's cleared up. We've had rain, we've had all sorts here, wind, the whole lot. It's been a sort of a memorable startup so far. So I'm really looking forward to the show. Thanks, folks, for joining us on this collaborative show. Thanks to Jerry and Gilly for inviting me over to London to present this part of the show to you guys. I'm up here on top of the Hilton Garden Inn. You'll recognise the location probably. Waiting for Billie Holiday to arrive on 27 left here at Heathrow. So fingers crossed, some good weather. Really looking forward to the stuff that's going to come out of Toulouse with Jerry. Again, the Flight Radar stuff is going to look really cool. And then you'll be back over to me a little bit later on, and we'll hopefully catch her on approach, on finals, and a fantastic landing here at London Heathrow on 27 left. Back to you, Jerry.
I'm sure it'll all go well, my friend, but it would have been kind of cool, in a funny sort of way, if we had a little bit of mist and that fog that you were talking about, so she could have literally flown into London Heathrow through that mist. But even so, it's going to be fantastic. Don't forget, folks, it's all about Gilly. She's doing all the tech, so if it goes wrong, don't blame me. No, but yeah, it's great to speak to you, Rupert. But the first play out that we're going to do, folks, is a little bit of the build process with the 339 with Billie Holiday. It is actually this aircraft that we're going to play out. Are you ready to play out, GP? Okay then, folks, here it is, the first pick. How long is it, Gilly? Okay, 1 minute, just over a minute, folks. Enjoy it. This is a nice little piece. I'm going to watch it now. Okay, run VT, GP. Okay, folks, well, there you go. What an awesome video, I have to say. Thank you for Virgin Atlantic and Airbus, actually, for collaborating on that piece. We've got a couple more videos to play out for you during the show, folks, but lots of filling to be done over the next couple of hours, really. I just want to give a quick shout out to Debbie Speller, who has gifted 5 Big Jet TV memberships. That's very kind of you, Debbie. Welcome to all of my members who are on here at the moment. I can identify you by your green names, folks, and also obviously your badges. A very warm welcome to all of you, and hopefully you're doing well. We got 3,200 people tuned in right now. As you can see, there is the A330Neo, and as you can see, we're side on with the delivery centre. So that's where you see sometimes all the balloons and all the fanfare that goes on with the deliveries. Other aircraft in that delivery line as well, on the delivery centre. Unfortunately, folks, I just need to let you know this right off the bat. There will be no wing wave from this aircraft today. Very unfortunate. Purely down to management, really. At the end of the day, it is. I've got something that I can actually read out from my contact there, from Gareth, who basically says the wing wave. Our management pilot's position on it is it could destabilise the climb and not part of our operating procedures. Therefore, it will not be done. Not like we're asking them to do a loop-the-loop or a victory roll, but a simple little wing wave, little tip, tiny little tip, even the slightest little tip left to right would have been glorious. But it is what it is, and we have to respect the Virgin management on that one. So they will. The good thing is, folks, that we are on what I think would be classified as quite rare operations here at Toulouse. They're going to go out from this end left to right, and that is like that's like Christmas for us, because he will push back to that position there. Of course, there is the standard lamppost that I've had erected last night to make sure that we do have a lamppost in the way. Only kidding, of course. But he will push back. Engine start will be there. Just a single lone operator will start the aircraft and manage it right the way up, or dispatch it, should I say. He will then taxi out this way, do a little right, and then a little left through the chicane. Now, this is the great thing, folks, is that this is how close they will be. There is the marker point on the taxiway. So it will taxi all the way out down to there. Not very far to taxi to the end of the runway. We'll lose it behind the trees just periodically for a very small point. She'll then taxi all the way up to this start point. So we'll get a glorious shot of her going out and up there. Now, here's the thing. A lot of you folks are going to be like, hold on a minute, where is he at the moment? Well, normally we are right up there on top of the hill, as you know. That point right up the top there is where we're at normally. But when I came here this morning, I noticed that, and another few of you folks may notice as well, but look at this parking lot here. This is the bar stroke cafe, 20 Rue or whatever it is. There we are, 20 Avenue. That was you can see the outline of the old parking lot there, but they've dozed all of this and moved all of this earth up here on this bank and flattened it as well, which is great. They could have just left it all rubbly and horrible, but they've very fortunately for us and for all spectators here, I think also it kind of saves in terms of security and safety more than anything else. Stops people from standing down there on the front by the road. Of course, there's a big wide path there for cyclists, etc, etc, which is good to see. Right, so a few of you folks may be asking, so is there an operational airport here? Well, the answer to that is yes, there is. Toulouse-Blagnac, took me about 2 years to pronounce it correctly, but we got there in the end, is fully operational. Very nice airport. It's well catered, you know, there's Starbucks in there and all that kind of stuff. International flights, that one there, is it Air Transat? I think it is, in from, I believe, Calgary this morning, all the way across the Atlantic. So there's a It was a 310, right. It was a 310 once. Called Royal Air Maroc. First hooter of the day, I don't know who that is. And yeah, so it's quite an extensive airfield. Now, our, by the way, folks, that beluga is not coming out. I thought it was, got a little bit excited, but I think all the belugas, or most of them, well, are parked up down there. And we're hoping to do a piece with Airbus / Broughton in November with the beluga loading procedure for wings, whether they're going to be 339 wings, 350s, 320s, or whatever it might be, I don't know, but it will be a very interesting show. So I'll try and get an update from Gareth in a little while. You remember that, folks? Remember that aircraft that was parked all the way from memory, or is it a different one? Yeah, no, it's definitely moved, hasn't it? It was parked up down there, wasn't it? Is that a Falcon? Apparently the owner has passed away, and it is not airworthy, and therefore that's the reason why it's being stored in that position. Across here, we have always seen that that cell, I guess is the best way to call it. It's an engine test cell which has a half moving, that half of it moves around the other half of it to create a full circle, and that's where they conduct engine tests in there. Whether that is actually, I don't think that's actually part of the Airbus engine test facility, because they do actually have engine testing. They take they look after engine testing a little bit further there, round the corner there. We have been up on top of the parking lot before, and we will no doubt go back up there again at some point, but there is a parking, I think it's up there. Can't really see it from here. I think it's there it is, I think. Yeah, up there. Normally we can go up there and get a full visual of the airfield, but for this particular day it's going to be better, obviously, to be here as close as we can to Billie Holiday. Over the other side of the field you do have Air France. This is I think that's their engineering department, where they basically look after the maintenance of some of their fleet. I think it's only mainly smaller aircraft, just single aisle jets. And then further over to the left you'll start to see aircraft that are parked up. These are all gliders here. When I say gliders, they have no engines, so they're awaiting engines, and of course that's always an issue for operators in terms of delays when engines don't turn up, or there is a backlog of engines. Of course, as we know, as all you aviation fans out there will know, the Qatar debacle is still, I think it's been settled. I think that Qatar and Airbus have basically come to a ruling that they're not going to deliver any of their A350s. They've cancelled all of their orders, and I believe they've also put a stop to all of their single aisle orders as well. That's something that we're used to seeing. Now, right there, folks, there's a prime example, and forgive the pun, but prime. That is in primer. That is a carbon fuselage that you can see there. The brown giving it away because that is the coating that they use for the carbon jets. That again is a glider, as you can see. It's got no engines on it, and that's an Air China jet. You can see the flight deck at the front, the cockpit area, which is alloy, I believe, or alloy paneling, should I say. So she's in the stages of build. In fact, there's also a I think that might be a, yeah, that's a Neo in there as well. Another jet with, hasn't even got any pylons on it. Does it have any pylons on it? I don't even think it's got any pylons on it, is it? We're still in two minds as to what goes on inside that shed, but we believe that it might be something to do with well, we don't really know. Don't want to speculate. Okay, who's that? Craft Beer Pilot is a new member saying she'll carry about 13 tons of fuel for the flight. I think that's around about right. You know, she's it's only a short hop across the channel. Well, up through France and then a short hop across the channel. Oh, okay. There we go. There we go. Craft Beer Pilot is a knowledgeable. He's a pilot. So thanks for that, Rupert. Interesting to see over there, of course, Aeroflot jets. Look at that, folks. Which you can buy if you fancy picking yourself up a couple of A350s. Let's get a landing. Now, this is how close we are now, folks. Wow, Craft Beer Pilot got some real knowledge then, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. Garuda over there, they are not taking delivery of their aircraft. Apparently, it's what I'm hearing. Run out of money. Literally, do not have any money. So that's a real shame that we won't be seeing that flying. Distinct lack of aircraft, I have to say, over that side. Normally, we're used to seeing quite a few tails over there. Of course, that facility over there is where the A380s were produced. Of course, no longer. That's a big, redundant, giant spider's web in there, I'd imagine. Obviously not, but yeah, I think it's something possibly to do with yeah, anyway, we'll come back to that. I'm sure somebody will let us know. But so yes, fully operational, Toulouse-Blagnac. And the 339 that we're talking about has, of course, as a lot of people know, and a lot of people don't know, the Trent 7000 engine, which is the upgraded version of the Trent 700. The noticeable difference that you will see is the size, literally the diameter of the engine. Much bigger fan blades, less blades but bigger, able to ingest more air, but also making it more efficient in terms of its bypass ratio. And what I'm talking about there is the amount of air that's ingested into the engine. Around about 70% of it bypasses the engine itself, or the core of the engine. Only 30% is ingested and used to flow through the engine and create that suck, squeeze, bang, blow procedure, which all engines work on, all these jet engines work on. So therefore it's a much, I mean, the high bypass ratio turbofans have been out. Oh, hello, hold on a minute. We've got ants. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a minute. The bag's got to go in the car. Yeah, no, I've just seen an ant. Hold on. Thank you. Between 10 and 12%, did you say, Rupert? Between 10 and 11% improvement on the economy. Yeah, I mean, in terms of the noise, it's a very noticeable feature of the engine is in terms of how quiet it is, and therefore much better for the environment, less of a footprint, so to speak, but also better for operators to use them in areas where they're clamping down on noise regulations and that kind of thing. So because I feel that in the future a lot of these older aircraft are, or should I say older generation aircraft, even though they are pretty new, will be suffering in terms of operating. It's a bit like way back in the day when my old man used to fly. When he flew the DC-8 initially, they had no hush kits on them. But then they started fitting the BAC 111s and another aircraft like the 727s, 707s with these hush kits, which if you Google it, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about, basically to quieten the exhaust note down on the aircraft. They still smoke like a 60 a day smoker. I can tell you, man. You could see the smoke trail for miles and miles, long after the noise had gone. But yeah, these modern jets, obviously, the important thing is for operators to offer, or should I say, aircraft manufacturers like Airbus and Boeing and so on and so forth, Embraer, to offer aircraft that are acceptable in terms of their footprint and fuel burn, etc., etc. So, you know, and of course it all boils down to the bottom line as well for these operators in terms of the spend on fuel. Yesterday when I was taxiing out from Terminal 5, we didn't start the number 2 engine till we were at least halfway up the taxiway for 27 right. So just, it doesn't sound like a lot of fuel saving, but when you calculate that up over a year with all the thousands of operations that they have, that's a huge amount of savings, both for the environment and also for their costs as well. I mean, it's a pretty obvious thing to do, isn't it? You do see quite a lot of the times as well, these aircraft taxiing to gate once they've landed. They certainly don't need 2 engines to taxi to the gate on. It's quite capable of taxiing on 1 engine. So let's run to our. Oh, okay, here we go. Rolls-Royce engineer. Here's a man who knows as well. Trent 1010 and Trent 7000 are almost identical. Okay, Trent 1010, as in the most recent variant of it. Is that what you're saying, Rolls-Royce engineer? And the Trent 7000. Yeah, they don't look a lot different, do they? I think the Trent 7000 might be a little bit longer. Would that be right, as a slightly longer core to it? I don't know. Tell me. Let me know. Concor 444 Virgin's second A330Neo had her second test flight yesterday. She was only recently painted with the registration GVTOM. Okay, who's that going to be? Is that going to be Tom? It's not going to be. It's not unusual. Is it going to be? After what? Major Tom? To ground control. I don't know, but anyway, we'll have to wait and see. Do we know what her name's going to be? Ian Snelling. Virgin Atlantic have ordered 16 A330Neos aircrafts to be delivered between now and 2026, with 3 being delivered before the end of the year, according to Simple Flying. Thank you, Ian Snelling. Good afternoon, everybody. Michael Barrett. Is the auxiliary engine on the Virgin running? I think I can see shimmering behind the tail. Yes, my friend, it is. The APU has been running for quite some time now, so she's being readied for everything. At this point in time, it will more or less be paperwork that they're dealing with now. It's more administrative stuff. Of course, this is a lease company. The aircraft is going to a lease company, even though it's going to Virgin Atlantic. Virgin are leasing it from the lease company, and I believe the lease company will have bought it from Airbus or put it on their books at least. That's the kind of standard procedure these days for operators. Very rarely do they buy an aircraft. As you can understand, most companies these days lease their fleet of vehicles and then return them after 5 years or whatever it is, or during their terms. Josie Rawlings. I love all airports we go to, but my favourite is Toulouse. Relax, listen and learn. Josie Rawlings, there we go. Wow, even Cathay is getting a new plane, TCC. Yeah, that's 350 at the end of the line there that you're seeing there with Cathay Pacific. Vistara, yes, that's Vistara there with the yellow and brownish tail. And then I think the other one is the what? Yeah, it might well be Spirit. Yeah, but there was another one. Okay, there we go. Ryan Chapello. But would one engine still use more fuel due to having to make up the difference in moving the weight of the plane? Ryan, not really, because these engines are so powerful that it doesn't take a lot to get them moving. Obviously, you know, they don't do it with the 380s. They generally tend to do it with the smaller aircraft. When they've obviously burnt a lot of fuel, when they come back, when they're at their destination, they can lose one engine on taxi back to the gate. You know, a 777 coming in from New York to London Heathrow, for example, can quite easily shut one engine down and taxi to the gate quite easily, because obviously there's a lot less weight there. They've burnt off all that fuel, and it just makes sense economically. And no, I don't think it would increase the wear on the engine or increase the fuel burn because he's only running on one engine. Obviously, if it's if there's a serious amount of tonnage there, then they wouldn't be doing it. John Samuels tuning in from Rome. Rab H. Ken Alloway, Virgin 350-1000, my favourite plane just now, but this 339 may top that. That's interesting. Ken Alloway saying. Yes, it is. I think, and I'm hoping that I would imagine that they've got that paint around the flight deck, like most modern Airbus jets do. Much like that. It's only a very. There's not a lot to it. It's just a border around the flight deck, as you can see there, but it does make all the difference when you're looking at it visually. So yeah, of course the winglet on the 339 is a lot lower in profile. It doesn't bend up as much as the A350, but in fact I can give you an example of that with that one that's. Okay, is that a 339? That's a 339 there. There's a 339 in a... And then the 350, as you can see, is a much more swept. And that 339, as we've discussed many times on the show, was originally titled The Blade. I remember seeing at the ILA Berlin show when they fitted it to a 330 CEO model. Nobody quite knew what it was about. They really did keep it under wraps at Airbus. Maybe they didn't, people did know, but at that point in time we didn't know. But it was in pure carbon. It was a pure carbon finish, so they had to literally dust it off before it went out, just to make sure that there wasn't any dust or debris on it, which is kind of crazy. Christian Daniel Pop, can I just say a big thank you to you, Christian, for gifting a membership right here on Big Jet TV. Russ CT, there obviously has to be a pilot walk-arounds, no errors on the screens and ECAM, and that's just some of the checks. Yes, Russ, of course there will be a visual inspection by either the co-pilot or the captain, depending upon who gets that job for the day. Okay, which one are we going to run, GP? Is it with the crew? Okay, and it is what's the oh, okay, yeah. Okay, folks, we're gonna play out another short video. How long is it, GP? Okay, just another 1 minute video, folks, just to show the snazzy, schnizzly interior of this A339. We're going to be flying on this very plane in a couple of weeks to Boston, folks. That's the plan at the moment. But for the time being, let's play out that video. Run VT, GP. Yeah, smart, man. I think that's just a teaser in it more than anything else. Yeah. Yeah, looking good, man. Looking very good. In traditional Virgin style. Badger, welcome to first class, my friend. A very warm welcome. Anybody who's just tuning in, we are at Toulouse, Blagnac, at the Airbus Delivery Centre here in southern France, awaiting the delivery. The delivery flight of this A339 with Virgin Atlantic, their first 339 to replace their current batch of CEO model, 16 on order. We believe first 3 are going to be delivered by the end of this year. So look out for them if you're a regular at Heathrow and anywhere else around the world. And like I said, we're going to be flying it out to Boston as well. So she'll have that brand new new car smell, and trust me, they do have a new car smell. Well, it's actually more a sort of like fake leather, that faux leather kind of smell that you get, but the carpets are all clean, you know, everything's absolutely brand spanking new. No scratches, no dinks, no dents, no yellowing of the of the interior paneling like I had with the dear old Condor Retrojet that we had, bless her. Still, she'll have that all stripped out and she will become a freighter jet in a very short time. Stibbons, she's sexy, she is indeed. People loving that. Thank you, Wayne Dyer, Jane Urquhart, Michael Barber. Is the aircraft totally new model? Michael, it's a new aircraft. It's not a totally new model. It's actually an upgrade, so to speak, of the current A330CEO, the current engine option. This is, oh, hello, we have anti-collisions have just come on there. That might be temporary. We might not see that. We might see that go off. You might, if you're looking on Flight Radar 24 now, folks, you might be you might want to put the reg into Flight Radar 24. Can they do that now, Jilly? And you will see her when they turn that transponder on, she will come to life and she will pop up on Flight Radar. Obviously, she's been on Flight Radar before, but this is the first time that you're going to see her in the hands of Virgin Atlantic. They're going to transfer her from the hands of Airbus. literally hand over the keys, and then when you see her pop up, she will then be in the hands of Virgin Atlantic or the lease company, whichever it is. GML, big shout out to GML for gifting 5 memberships. Thank you. UK SIF 420, very nice. Thank you. Badger, Luke DeShower. Virgin chooses the music for their videos very well, very funky indeed they do. Becal Pam, Nanebot. Has this aircraft a time slot in terms of arriving at Heathrow? Well, that's okay. 15:36 it's showing at the moment. I'm hearing from Jilly. Thank you, Nane. Jeanette McKenzie. Jill Hale. No, we won't be flying first class, Jill. Not unless the pilot comes and drags us out of our seats and puts us up the front end. It all depends on how many people are on the aircraft. I have had it before a couple of times where the crew have noticed me either at the gate or wherever I might be waiting to board the aircraft, and they very kindly put me up the front in the posh seats, which I feel a little bit, embarrassed about doing. But hey, if you can get a good night's sleep, that's even better for when you get there, because literally we do not stop when we get overseas, or I don't stop, should I say. Literally straight from the aircraft down to the store where we get the SIM cards, and then we go out, we do a recce, get back to the hotel, check in, get the of course got to get the rental. So there's quite a lot of things that need to be done when we get out there. Of course, communication with Jilly. Jilly has to stay up literally all night before we're able to sort of like finally bed down, get some rest, and before we go live in a couple of hours after that. Lewis Vincent, Simon Kirby, do deliveries happen here from here daily? They do, Simon, but not on the weekends generally. There is very little movement here at the weekends. Seen nothing here at this point in time. Just one aircraft being towed up here earlier on, but that's about it. Yes, so what's that, GP? Oh! Okay, we have 321. Interesting, folks. This is very interesting. You will have probably seen, in the press, whether it's on social media or whatever you might have seen, but if you've got your ear to the ground or your eye to the screen for social media, especially with Twitter, LinkedIn, Airbus are very active in promoting what they're doing in terms of long-range aircraft. This one that you're just about to see come in here now is an example of their new XLR, extra long-range A321 jets, which can do, I believe it's New York Rome, the equivalent of what you're seeing over there with Air Transat with the A321 long range. This one that we're seeing come in now is an example of their extra long range aircraft. So we'll catch that one landing. It's what is called known as an AIB jet, the family jet. Is Billie Holiday is on radar apparently, folks. Okay, you might want to switch over to your. You might want to switch. They might be going out early. I need to check. I need to double check. Oh, hello. I need to double check the. Okay, got some information from Gareth coming up. We're gonna have a little video from the flight crew and the crew looking after the aircraft, the delivery crew, should I say. Mark Scott, delivery time is 15:10. Oh, sorry about that. Del Bryan, do you know who the pilots are flying the A330-900? Yes, Del, we'll be showing you a video shortly of the crew who will be flying this aircraft. Female first officer, and that's always good to see. But to be honest with you, like I've said so many times before, It's no surprise to me now. I think the whole. Is this it? Is this it now, GP? Okay. Is this it? No, this doesn't look like it. This is like a CEO. Okay, so it's an Air France. Okay, so it's 4,000 feet. Oh, okay. Let me just tell Gareth that we are. Oh. Okay.
A321 is the next.
Got it, man. Oh, she's pushing, mate. She's pushing. We're gonna have to play that when it's in the air, Julie. Can't play it now. When it goes behind the trees. Wow. And we are not going to have a lamppost in the way. How cool is this?
AIRBUS, bravo, autorisé atterrissage 14 droite, 0,90 degrés, 9 nœuds. Allez, 80 dans le volo.
Okay, folks, just a couple of little things to point out. All passengers on board, 10 passengers made up of the delivery team and engineers. Obviously, doors are closed. Safety demo is complete. In charge of the captain, or sorry, in charge of the cabin is Lisa Condell, who you may remember showed us around the 747. In the piece that we did with them live. She showed us around the galley of the 747 at the hangar event. There we go. Thank you, Gareth. Captain Rob Lawton has just given his welcome address, which included, please look out for Big Jet TV on the hill and be sure to wave. Engine start. Oh, that's a shame. departure. Number 2 start. VTC super clear, geezer standing to the right. clean those wheels are, man. Not a single piece of brake dust on them yet. They are virgin wheels. What happened, GP? Oh, that's brilliant. Okay, folks, she's going to disappear behind the trees momentarily. Don't panic. We're going to obviously play out a short video of the crew. So next time you see a 330-9, folks, the Neo variant, lots of people asking, is this a new aircraft or an old aircraft with new engines? Well, it's still the same. It's still the same framework of the fuselage. I'm guessing that new materials are being used in the build process. It's pretty standard procedure to continually upgrade materials and manufacturing processes as well. But primarily, this is the standard A330-300 fuselage with a new wing and new engines. Somebody mentioning actually, or questioning whether or not the undercarriage was slightly longer to accommodate those big engines, the deeper engines, should I say. However, I'm not sure. It doesn't appear to have to be any longer, but literally sometimes it can be a very small, tiny, incremental height difference. electronic GP.
Virgin A330 Papa, line up runway 14 right and wait.
Line up runway 14 right, Virgin A330 Papa. Virgin A330 Papa, stop bar at 011.
Okay, should be off now, no?
No, still illuminated, Virgin A330 Papa.
Okay, so strange, I have deactivated, I checked that and call you back. American runner, 89 pick up out of the way for departure. And 89 pick up bonjour, line up 1 for left, and clear takeoff, 120 knots. Takeoff runway 1 for left, runner, 89 pick up. Virgin 839 Papa should be okay now, confirm, line up 1 for right and wait.
Line up runway 14 right, Virgin A330 Papa.
Police 1 direct India also 1 for right now, and descend 5,000 feet to 1013. India also 1 for right and 5,000 feet, 1003, complete call. Virgin 839 Papa, you are clear to take off 1 for right, 120 7 knots.
Okay, take off 14 right, Virgin A330 Papa.
And 89 Victor Papa, climb level 140. Level 140, right, 89 Victor Papa.
Should make a left turn, I think. Right, that's my bit done. I'm going home. Bye. Hey folks, can I just say a big thank you to this man here. Thanks, mate. Thank you, monsieur, for turning up with an ATC radio. Stand by. Stand by.
Virgin 839 Papa, climb level 140.
Contact level 140, Virgin A330 Papa.
89 Victor Papa call Bordeaux 125790 over. 125790 Victor Papa flight. With 3,000 feet and the cabin is 1
There she is above, just above that. There she goes, there she is. Now should have a handoff from Toulouse ATC to the next control. Wow, she's climbing now. Oh, hello. Might have a bit of a funky shot coming up here. Go on, son. Here we go. Here we go. Come on. Oh. Oh. Kinda got it. Kinda got it. Yeah. Oh, just went out of focus. Oh, you gotta love it, haven't you? Right, folks. Wow, how about that then? Lots of people. We haven't finished yet, folks. That's just. I mean, I wouldn't say it's part one. It is part one, really. But lots of people on the chat. Thank you very much indeed, and thank you for all those great folks who have gifted memberships. Nicholas Gray being the last one who's gifted 10 memberships. Thank you very much indeed. Craig B, we do have a video of the crew, very short and brief. There's your handoff. Merci, monsieur. So we have a very short video. We're going to play it out now. GP Run VT. This is your crew, ladies and gentlemen.
Friends at Big Jet TV. Well, we're here in Toulouse with our first 330-900 Billy Holiday, and we're looking all good for an on-time departure at 3 PM. So we'll see you in London.
Bye. Bye. Let me give this geezer a sticker before I forget, because he needs to have a sticker for it. I'll finish out. Thank you. So folks, yes, you would have remember the lady who was there giving us a walk through, well, a chat next to the galley on board the 747, the last ever 747 that was the hangar tour that we did, which was unfortunately during COVID as well. Was it during COVID? Before COVID or just after COVID, between lockdowns or something like that? I don't know, I don't remember. Yeah. Okay, there you go, folks. There is your crew. Thank you, by the way, I have to say again to Gareth and his team, who are the media team at Virgin Atlantic, for coordinating everything. Thank you to the folks. We're not done yet, folks. We thank all our good friends at Flight Radar 24 as well. Download the app right now, folks. We are just about to start watching this aircraft in 3D via Flight Radar 24, and we're going to track her all the way. Am I able to talk, Jenny, during that or not? Okay, so they will be hearing my audio, yeah? Okay. And you can cut my audio if needs be, yeah? Okay, yes, yeah, okay. Right, no, it's just that the bar's open, the cafe is open, and I might need to quickly nip over there and use the little boys' room. Declan Dolan, which vehicle is on the runway? Well, there was an ops vehicle there at one point. Kernow Dreamer, loved the videos, thank you. Virgin. Randy Bushbound, good morning from Palm Springs, California. Raj Nervin, yes, you can go, Jilly. Okay, folks, we're going to try it. Here we go, then, folks. This is that aircraft right now in real time on Flight Radar 24 in the 3D app, in the 3D option that you can click on the bottom of your screen. You can click the 3D and it will show you exactly what it is. Are you able to manipulate it, Jilly, or not? Or is it once you've clicked it, that's it? You can't sort of like squeeze it, and because you can look up, you can look above it, you can move the aircraft up and down, can't you? Yeah, and all that. Okay, so we'll zoom out so that you can see you got it. Okay, let me have a look. Yes, the other aircraft around it is incredible, isn't it? It's a shame we don't have a sort of like a background, sort of like in-flight ambient white noise that we can use, isn't it? Of like inside the cabin, but we can't. So there we go. Don Gutzman, TCC, 350 knots right now at flight level 190. Keep bringing that information. I don't need to be in front of the camera anymore, do I? Squeeze it. Gwen M, oh my, this is wonderful. Oh yeah, loving it. Michael Barber, got it. Stephen Stibbons, that is awesome. Rockstar Paul 69. Left a bit, Jilly Mirrorman, Jilly the Tech Queen, Jamie loving it. That is wicked, Vicky Denning saying. It is absolutely fantastic. Big shout out to Sam Castriata, who's just tuned in. Hello, Sam. Hope you were doing well, my friend, and we will be seeing you in a couple of weeks on board this very aeroplane, ladies and gentlemen. Darren Graham Photography at Heathrow, waiting for her to come in. Just have time for a beer. There we go. And of course, folks, we do have our London representative, cameraman, correspondent, whatever you want to say. Au revoir, monsieur. Merci, merci. Sticker on your voiture. Only kidding, man. Merci. Good man. 23,000 feet, Mirrors saying. We could see your hat, Jerry Rabbit saying. Where would that be? Okay, there we go. I don't have a... Oh, wait, yeah, we do. Oh, hold on a minute. Didn't Gareth sent a picture, didn't he, of us on me on the bank. Kathy Swift, Stephen Stibbons, been watching Big Jet TV sometime now. It's brilliant. First time for me to comment, that is, from Kathy Swift. Good afternoon. And what a day to join, eh, Kathy? Margaret Burnett, love watching in 3D on Flight Radar 24. Great show so far, Jelly and Jilly. Now, it should say on there, estimated arrival, does it? Does it say time in the air and all that kind of stuff? Kevin Mottershaw, Jerry, can you take the controls now? What a great collaboration today, Irish Girl 13, G Kelt, A330Neo, Alan Robbins, I think that's the one that's just touched down. Yeah, this is so cool. Jill Blakeney, so cool since I don't have Flight Radar 24. Well, Jill, it's available on all devices, but yeah, we can help you out for the time being. It's absolutely awesome that we're able to do this, man. I did ask Jilly the other day whether we can run it on 3D. Are you able to switch between in and out, GP? Or, I mean, yeah. So every 10 minutes, should we do every 10 minutes? Let me set a timer on my phone for 10 minutes. Okay, so we're going to show you what would you call it? The satellite view, I'm guessing. And then we'll do the three-dimensional view. Jez White watching the stream and got VJazz on. We got to talk for another hour and something minutes, folks. How long is it? How long is it? An hour and got to be an hour and 20 minutes now, isn't it? It's been in the air for 20 minutes, isn't it? An hour and 9 minutes. Well, when it gets down below an hour, that's easy for us to do. I can waffle on, can't I? Are you able to switch? Are you able to switch back to the camera, Julie? Or not? Yeah. Stand by. Stand by. No. Okay. Don't do anything yet. Okay, GP, go back to go to camera. Poetic license, folks. That's not her, but hey, why not? We'll just use it, yeah. Okay, back to flight radar 24, please, GP. Kevin Barnett, 1537 ETA. We have got Rupert on the comms at the moment, folks. He is ready and waiting at London Heathrow on board, on top of the Hilton Garden Inn at Heathrow, one of our favourite hotels that we collaborate with there at London Heathrow. And Richard, if you're listening, thank you, my friend, and all the team, of course, at the Hilton Garden Inn, who are a great bunch of folks, I have to say, always very well looked after there. And the new maintenance man, who's just who gave me a bit of a funny look the other day when I turned up there. Who the hell are you? Coming up here with your big camera and everything. No, a big shout out to you, my friend. So an empty space where that Virgin Atlantic A330 once was, never to return. Where's that? Where's that? String bean. Oh my god, I'm miles behind on the comments, man. 3:37 p.m. estimated Kevin Graham mirrors 27,000 feet, 392 knots. Paul Wiltshire, loving the 3D. Bits and Pieces UK, thank you, loving it. Thanks to both of you, Daniel Coco, Hayley Barron, Jeffrey Primus. This technology is mind-blowing, isn't it just? Michael Barrett. I think this is the first time it's ever been done in the world, folks. You are watching a first time ever of a collaboration, a dual cast with Big Jet TV and, of course, Flight Radar 24. And in collaboration with Virgin Atlantic, your favourite airline. Jerry, thank you so much for letting us hear for the tower. Hear the tower talking to the few. Is it possible to do that when we regularly visit Heathrow? Michael Barrett, no, is the answer to that. As it turns out, there was just this chap who turned up. Fortunately, he had a radio, and we will be able to use that during the editing sequence as well. It is illegal to broadcast ATC in the UK as it stands at the moment. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. It is illegal, and the bottom line is, the true fact of it is that we, even though if we broadcast it, nothing would happen to us in terms of that, you know, I wouldn't get the police coming knocking on my door. It would just that we would be shunned by the aviation community, number one, the true aviation community, but also by NATS themselves, because I have a good contact at NATS. We've got a good relationship going. I discussed it with them in great depth, and it is just one of those things. It's what is known in the industry as etiquette. So respect those around you, and they will respect you. So that's why we don't run ATC in the UK. You're allowed to do it in America. However, as you would have heard, as you will remember, and you would have heard this on the ATC, that we had quite a lot of squelch going on there, and that's the sort of like very frustrating part of when you have ATC running, is that you obviously have that squelch element to it, which is it's an electronic mess, basically, where you either get the tower very clear, or you get the pilots very clear. Very rarely do you get one do you get two together that are very clear? We were very fortunate to get it then. But anyway, there we go. What a great watch. Superb Saturday viewing, Stephen Stanley. Roy Redgate, well done. Ken Alloway. TCC, UB Aviation, estimated to arrive at London Heathrow 15:37. Mickey Merck, just watching the takeoff again on the big screen. John Kay, good job. Jilly, yes indeed. Of course, Jilly. I think we should. It's a bit like an old. But back in the old 1920s film, Fingers Jilly. Hey, you want to go and have a word with Fingers Jilly? She'll get it sorted out for you. Hey, you know anybody who can run that for me? Yeah, go and have a word with Fingers Jilly. Bob Shalvoy, Flight Radar 24, can use a screenshot from their live stream to update their picture of the aircraft. There we go. Bob Shalvoy, yeah, they can. They're more than welcome to. They can use anything of ours. It doesn't matter at all. 1 hour, 8 minutes. Easy Danny. Easy Danny. Sorry if I'm being stupid. Is there a reason it hasn't got a red tail, Jerry? Kevin Mottershaw. Is that perhaps Kevin's looking at the wrong image? Kevin, you're looking at an old image, I think. Kevin Fisher, mine says 29,350 feet. Stuart Watson, is there anyone else getting periodic buffering? Oh, okay. I think it might be you, Stuart. Nope. Nope. Always an amazing job, Ginny. Don Gutzman. Jerry can sing his greatest hits for an hour, no problem. Graham Hepburn, lovely. Rav H. Graham Hepburn, thank you very much indeed. A321 now. Trent 7000 engines are almost technically identical to the Trent 1000 found on the 787-321 now. Yes. So what we're basically saying is that the technology from the Trent 1000 has been brought over to upgrade the Trent 700, and of course running those big fan blades. So are we saying that the fan blade dimension, diameter is the same as on the Trent 1000? It kind of makes sense, wouldn't it? Because it's an easy transition, I'm guessing. I'm guessing that they probably wanted to put the Trent 1000, maybe they wanted to put it on the A330, but found that it didn't quite work. So they just upgraded and changed a few things around on the Trent 700 to bring it in line with that. HGC, fantastic work. Andy Pete, have a great afternoon. High Fly Spotter. Hi Jerry, I'm going to be working for VistaJet Malta in 5 years. I can maybe invite you and everyone of Big Jet TV to Miami for a holiday and some plane spotting. High Fly Spotter, that would be lovely, of course. 33,000 feet. 409 knots mirrors now. Rolls-Royce engineer, great to see you. Identical to the T1010, yes. Older Trent 1000 variants are different. Okay, so of course, any engine manufacturer, any manufacturer building engines, aircraft, whatever it might be, will always continually improve with different materials and different engineering processes and so on and so forth to speed up production maybe, but also to lengthen the life of the engine. Lots of different ceramics being used nowadays. Of course, titanium alloys. Of course, there is also carbtanium as well. Believe it or not, there is a mixture between titanium and carbon. You'll see on the big carbon blades that they use, the leading edge will always have a titanium leading edge strip on it to protect the leading edge of the blade, to break off any ice that might be ingested into the engine or break off at any point. But it is incredible technology that they use, ceramics especially as well. 3D printing, certain components of the engine will be printed 3D, tiny little things, and also something that I'm not sure whether they still do or whether they've improved the manufacturing process, but something that kind of got Rolls-Royce in a little bit of a pickle with the Trent 1000 engine was the turbine blades, I believe, from a certain part within the engine where the turbine blades were cracking, which is the reason why they were recalled, and that has now been completely covered. GP, do you want to go to quickly go to overhead view, the flight radar, just quickly. So, folks, we're just going to give you a hybrid view. Is it the hybrid view, GP, on flight radar 24? Have I lost you? I think I've lost you. You cut out, GP. Go hybrid view for 10 seconds. Ian Cummings in the sim doing this flight, spent the morning repainting the model. Wow, there we go. Yeah, of course, they actually, believe it or not, grew some of the turbine blades. I believe it was the turbine blades. Perhaps Rolls-Royce engineer is correcting me on that. Let me just have a look and see if these many. Hold on a minute. GP, I think it cut off. I think it cut off when I was when my timer came on. Have you done the hybrid? View? Oh, that's what I was talking about. Okay, sorry. So we're just going to show a quick. Okay, we're going to take it out 3D view and do the hybrid view, and then for 10 seconds so you can get an idea where she is geographically, and then we'll come back onto 3D view for 10 seconds, GP. That's correct. The Trent 7000 name is purely marketing, as the engine is on the same certificate as the Trent 1000, listed as the 7000-72 subtype. Interesting. Okay, so it is basically a Trent 1000 or Trent 1000 technology. Turbine blades are grown from a single crystal. Graham Hepburn saying, wow, that's incredible. Isn't that insane, folks? Turbine blades are grown from a single crystal. I think that might be the problem that Rolls-Royce had. The early technology, parts of that technology were the blades were cracking either under intense pressure or under intense heat. Very excited to fly Virgin Atlantic in December. This is from 004 Aviation. From London to Seattle in premium economy. So excited. Love Virgin Atlantic. That's fantastic. Yeah, always happy to fly with them. And premium is just great. It is a fantastic. Pay that little tiny extra and you get the premium economy. Get that big, lovely big seat with those big, deep, almost like armchair armrests. And the great thing about that is that if you drop anything, it's within the confines of your seat. It doesn't fall down the side of your seat and you're spending the rest of the flight trying to locate it and getting all freaked out. Yeah, unless it's soup, yeah, of course. Mark Barr, good afternoon to you. Lucia Ametista, her reg number is very decorated. Flea M wings. Town after installation, Balfour Town. After installation, the engines are subject to many tests. These include taxi tests, high-speed taxi, rejected takeoff before the first flight. Indeed, they are. And of course, the engines themselves, before they're even fitted to the aircraft, go through very stringent test procedures at the manufacturing plant, the final assembly line at Rolls-Royce or General Electric or Pratt & Whitney or whoever it might be. What kind of crystal did they grow the blades from? Melody R saying. Very interesting. Well, I think it's ceramic of some sort. Be great to see that, wouldn't it? Go Country Stew, good afternoon to you. 17th Mustang. Zoom out the inset map if that is any help. Jill Perry, TCC, HGC, Graham Hepburn. They've got wee holes in them for cooling. Yes, Graham, indeed they have. The blades do have little holes in it, which in a funny sort of way, it's double bubble, in it, because you're not only saving weight as well as cooling the blades. Concorde, GV Jazz, Billie Holiday, and GV Tom. Space Oddity. Oh, okay. It is Major Tom. Space Oddity. There we go. That's the second one. Isn't that fantastic? Great to see that fantastic artist David Bowie being decorated, rightly so as well. Basil Sims, Big Jet TV feels like broadcast centre today, not just streaming. Great job, thank you, Basil. This flight is #1 worldwide on Flight Radar 24 Alexandra Wood. I don't know if it still is, but that is fantastic, folks. And of course, if you're watching live now, hello, a big shout out and hello to all our friends on Flight Radar 24. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and hey folks, if you like what you see and what you hear, then give us a like. Hit that like button right now. Let's see a big influx of likes right now. We really appreciate it. Unrestricted climb. Oh, Boeing is better. Fair enough. We all have our own opinions. I personally love them all. They all have their own unique aspects about them, don't you? I mean, I love the Boeing aircraft, love that wing on the Dreamliner. Gonna have to say it, and I always will say it, as it stands at the moment, there is no better a profile than the 787 wing in flight, of course. Airbus have got more of a sort of like, I tend to call it a bird of prey style profile to their wing. Very little flex because of the carbon wing. Of course, the Boeing 787 does have a carbon wing, but all of the Boeing wings tend to flex very heavily, even the old 767. But yeah, I mean, you know, you've got to love all aeroplanes. If you're into aeroplanes in general, you've got to love them all. You know, I wouldn't say either is better. One is better than the other. Bev Charles, good to see you back. 17th Mustang. Brian Hillier, good afternoon. Wearing a different frock today. That's lovely, Brian. Brian's wearing a frock. Alistair Hinksman, Captain Wrong. A321 now. Brian Williams tuning in from the south coast of England. Craig B, she's still landing 27 right. I thought runway change at 3. That's a good point. Just stand by. What's the ETA? ETA at Heathrow. 3 what? Oh, perfect. Okay, so it will be at 3:33 this afternoon, folks. In around about 45 minutes, we're expecting her to come into sight on our second live stream with Rupert on the roof at the Hilton Garden Inn, and then we will get the landing. Now, the big thing we need to consider, and I did try and square this off with Gareth, is and this kind of did dictate where we were going to film it from, and of course, because she's coming in on 2-7 left, we could have gone to the paddock, but then we just would have got the touchdown and long distance. At least wherever she goes to, we'll get a general shot of her. If she comes to the end of the runway and turns right and then straight up, I'd imagine she'll either go into the Terminal 3 area, which is inside that paddock that we've talked about at London Heathrow. She might go right over to the other side of the airfield, which for you, Rupert, will be to your left at a sort of 11 o'clock shot, which is Terminal 4 and left, and then you'll see, I think it's a weather radar there, or a radar, and there's a parking area there. There's a stand there. I don't know if there's anything parked up there. Is anything there at the moment? Yeah. Yeah. So alternatively, she might go up to the maintenance shed, which is on your right. You can see right over the other side on the right hand side between the British Airways sheds. You should be able to see the Virgin hangar there. To the right of the Virgin hangar, you might see an empty slot there. There might be a Virgin jet parked up there, I don't know. But like Gareth said, it literally is on the day what parking is available for at London Heathrow. But anyway, we'll get her touchdown at least. That's a good thing. What's the weather like, mate? Is it cleared up now? Good stuff. Thank you. Appreciate that. So we've got decent conditions at London Heathrow for her arrival. Sarah Deal, was that a cockpit view? Oh, okay. Okay. Well, that's pretty cool. Okay, so there you go, folks. Got another view from Flight Radar 24, cockpit view. So let's just go cockpit view for a couple of for about. We've got somebody tuning in from It's Nix, love from India. Good day to you, Helen Clapp, Sarah Faro, Sandy Humby, asking Nats to send a rogue on 27 right. We don't want to do that, Sandy. If we want her on 27 left, let's hope they don't do that. Craft Beer Pilot, says our friend from the US. Just curious, what's the rationale for the switch ATC shift change? Not sure what. There's obviously a conversation going on there. Martin Smith, when is her first passenger flight? We're on the first passenger flight, aren't we, Jilly? We are on the first revenue flight on that aircraft, and that will be on October the 27th from London Heathrow. That is the plan at the moment. Emma Guy, Andy P. Rolls-Royce engineer, high pressure turbine blades operate well above their melting temperature, like sticking ice cubes in an oven, hence the need for internal cooling passages and coating, single crystal grain structure too. Thank you, Rolls-Royce engineer. Great input and knowledge there from him. Thank you so much. Let me just read that back in. High pressure turbine blades, they're the smaller ones, which basically they start longer and then they get smaller and smaller and smaller, basically squeezing that air right down. So it's high pressure turbine blades. You get the low pressure turbine blades and then right the way through to the high pressure turbine blades. And then all that air is rushed and squeezed through into the combustor. Then they fire it off with, they ignite it, and that's where everything that becomes then thrust, which is the blow part of the process. VJ Verdi are talking to craft beer pilots, generally to give the residents a break from aircraft noise. VJ and craft beer pilots, yeah, we have that at London Heathrow, which is why they actually change operations at 3 p.m. every day. At the moment, they will be going out of runway 27 left, and then at 3 p.m. this afternoon, as they do every day, come rain or shine or whatever day of the week it is, if they are on 27 operations, they will switch runways just to give the local residents a break. But also on 09 operations, they will only do departures out of the southern runway 09 right, and arrivals on 09 left. And that is from a long-standing agreement, the Cranford Agreement at London Heathrow, which was never signed on paper, I believe, unless it was done, you know, over recent years or something like that, but it was generally a gentleman's agreement with London Heathrow in order to reduce the noise for local residents for Cranford, where with obviously aircraft going out left, it would be a serious amount of noise. And the only time we've seen that happening was actually during COVID, where we had single runway operations. So we had operations on the northern runway, both landing and departing, which was absolutely crazy. Third armour tanker vet 86 to 91. Does British Airways have any A330s? Great stream. Thank you, Third Armour. No, they don't have any A330s. A350s. Sandy Humby, Dave Carr, Emma Guy. Oh, don't know why this has changed to Emma Guy. It's Trisha Guy. There we go. Okay. Trevor Russell, great show. Jerry and Gilly, thank you. Kevin Graham. If you're just joining us, folks, and you're wondering why you're watching an aircraft on Flight Radar 24, that is because you've missed the first part of the show. It might be worth going back to just before we started doing the, just rewind the stream back to about, how long goes? Oh yeah, okay, cool. So she's been in the air for 36 minutes, folks. So just rewind it to like maybe 40 or 45 minutes. Then you'll see this aircraft on the ground. And what we're doing is we're tracking her with our friends at Flight Radar 24 all the way up through France, across the Channel, into the UK airspace, and then down into London Heathrow, where Rupert is there in London, waiting anxiously with his camera, praying that everything's going to go well for him. My part is done. I'm happy. I can laugh and sing and dance and do everything. Mind you, no, I wouldn't. It has to go well for Rupert. It will. It will. No pressure, mate. Nick Woodward, still number 1 on Flight Radar 24. Numbers will increase again on approach, no doubt. I think, Nick, that will probably be the case. And it's great to have that. We've, to be honest with you, we've had this on the planning, on the table for quite some time now with both Virgin Atlantic and also with Flight Radar 24. It was postponed or delayed by, what was it, a couple of weeks. We were actually supposed to be in Boston now, or I think we probably would have already been back. But yeah, we've had to shift everything back. Yeah, we would be coming back today, so we've had to shift everything back for the Boston trip, just so that we can make sure that we bring you this amazing piece of footage. Rolls-Royce engineer, high pressure turbine blades are downstream of the combustor. Oh, right, I'm with you. The high pressure compressor, high pressure turbine, sorry, yes, downstream, in other words, behind the combustor, hence why it's not, it's that hot. 3 spool engines go, low pressure. What's IP? LP, IP, HP compressor, combustor, HP, IP, LP turbine. Oh, okay, yes, that's it. I've got that. Hello, mate.
Hi there.
How you doing?
Good, you?
Yes, not bad, thanks. What do you want, mate?
Autograph, please.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What, just a manky bit of paper like that?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your name, fella?
Tom.
Okay. Thanks, mate. Do you want a sticker, fella?
No, I'm
You sure?
Yes.
You want a sticker? That's the best part of it. My signature's.
Yeah, quick photo.
Come on in, mate. Thumb up. There you go.
Great, thank you.
Thanks, my friend.
All the best.
Take care. Where are you from? Holland?
I mean, no, London originally, via Geneva now.
Oh, London, now Geneva.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Did you see it? Did you catch it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Cool.
Fantastic, man.
Cheers.
Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank
too.
you very
Thank
much
you.
indeed.
Cheers.
Take care. Yeah, there we go. It's the IP. The I'm getting all. Okay, let me just have a look here. Stand by. Stand by. Oh, there will always be a run to the line, Rupert. Okay, intermediate pressure turbine, there we go. So the mid pressure turbine, so low pressure, intermediate, and then high pressure, and then the behind the combustor is where the hot blades, and I'm guessing, Rolls-Royce engineer, what you're saying to me is that was the the blades that gave way, was it? The ones that are right at the back behind the compressor. Oh wow, look at that. Oh, you can't see it, you can't see it. Funky shot, funky shot. Doo ba doo ba doo. Yeah, cool, man. No, it's all right, man. It's all right. It was just for me. It was just for me. Jelly, do you want to quickly go to live view on the camera? Tell me when you're live. Poetic license, folks. This is not your aircraft. We're just using it poetic license. Okay. Cap back to flight radar 24, please, GP. Thank you, Rolls-Royce engineer. Great information. Intermediate pressure turbine. Low pressure, intermediate, high pressure. Okay, so and that is literally the length that I think that's the length of the blades, is it not, as well? They go in increments. So thank you for that.
Can I have an autogram too?
No, man, seriously?
Yes.
Oh, dude, why don't I sign that? Let me get my proper pen, because I've got a Sharpie. I've got a Sharpie. Sorry, dude, it's in my man bag. There you go. Julian, yeah? Thanks, man. Cheers, dude. Thanks, Rupert. Julian, sorry. So I'm on the phone to Rupert. Thanks, Julian. This is truly wonderful, Gwen M saying, this is definitely a very suitable occasion to bring them out again. Oh, okay. I don't know what that's all about. They're putting their washing out. Intermediate, Graham Hepburn, thank you. Are you able to give live at Heathrow tomorrow to catch the charity dream flight about 11:45 a.m. to Florida? What's tomorrow? Sunday? Oh, oh yeah. Sorry, I'm not back. I'm not back in the country until after that, Rachel. I'm very sorry indeed. I would have done that actually. Halfway point, 17th Mustang, 37,000 feet, 462 knots, mirrors. Thank you very much indeed. Theo Wood, Graham Hepburn. I only worked on 2 shaft engines. Okay, so yeah, they're 3 shaft engines, most of these as well, aren't they? When they talk about spool, Rolls-Royce engineer or anybody else, anyone else who can tell me this from an engineering standpoint, when they talk about spool, the spool is actually the shaft. Is that right? So they have a 2-spool capability or 3-spool capability. I think most of these modern engines. Waycat services. It's precisely halfway. Paul Skilling, Heathrow, about to go on 27 left arrivals. So now you're going to be able to, Rupert, you're going to be able to check your panning skills now, aren't you? Hey? Make sure you don't kick that leg when it's going past, man. Stephen Simmons, has Rupert had his mini roll for luck? Yeah, first high pressure turbine, was it a high pressure high pressure bypass turbofan, wasn't it? The RB211, wasn't it? I think first 3-stage, like you say. Yeah. The Conway, which was on the VC10, wasn't it? I think, yeah. Oh, mate, yeah. Oh, what hell of a motor, but hell of a plane as well, mate. Martin Smith, Jerry, did you see the footage of the wheel falling off the Boeing Starlifter on takeoff? Yes, Martin. I think that's done the rounds, hasn't it? Crazy thing to see, to be honest with you. Something that Barnes Wallis would have been very proud of, I have to say. But not good for anybody who might have got hit by that. I think from what I could see from the background, it was actually it came to rest in a vineyard. from what I could see anyway. Aviation live videos, good day to you. Rachel Canning. We've done that one. Sorry, Rachel, I'm not going to be able to be there. Lynn Kingholm. What you're watching at the moment, folks, is live Flight Radar 24. We are tracking Billie Holiday, Virgin Atlantic's brand spanking new A330Neo Airbus from Toulouse to London Heathrow. She's halfway right now, and we are going to be covering the landing of Billie Holiday at London as well. Rupert's going to be covering that for us, and it should be pretty spectacular, to be honest with you. I think the sun is definitely still high enough up in the sky to be able to get the full shot of her, but if you get a little bit of sun there and she falls into a bit of a silhouette there, Rupert, don't worry, because by the time she sort of like reaches the ground, you'll be able to see her in all her glory, and then it's just down to which way she taxis and which way she goes. I'll watch it on here as well. Jez White, English channel ahead. There we go. Only moon coast ahead, skipper. Okay, boys, keep your eyes out. She's now descending, Lloyd Bell saying. Stephen Stibbons, more importantly, has he checked the batteries? Yes. Yeah, don't worry, we got spare battery for him. Got a couple of spare V-locks, which I have to do a big shout out to Peter at Broadcast Services in near Staines. Thank you, Peter, very much indeed. Good to see you yesterday. Anthony Allen, 32 minutes away from London Heathrow. It's building up, folks. Each shaft has a speed and differential pressure displayed on the engine display. Brian McCann saying, thank you, Brian. Jeanette McKenzie, loving this. Mark Slade, standard Boeing build quality. Okay. Richmond Miller, good morning from Colorado. Good day to you. Alua Dubroka, hello to you. High Fly Spotter. Who's ready for more storms this autumn and winter? High Fly Spotter, we are. We definitely are. Karina Roebuck, she's starting her descent. Thank you. Dapper Badger, good afternoon to you. Rab H, Jerry must be gutted to have to stay there in that lovely weather. Andy P, this would be so cool for when Jerry's coming back from overseas. That's a good point, isn't it, Jilly? That's a good point. We could do that, couldn't we? From the airport, do a live from the airport, and then cross over to Flight Radar 24, and then just stay live for the whole flight. Yeah, that would be great. I could don a little skirt, couldn't I, and feed everyone. I don't know, or bring them drinks and stuff. Levelled off at 34,000 feet now, Sandy Humby saying. Gwen M, Kujro Alam. Spool is a set of compressor and turbine. Each compressor and turbine can be one or several stages. Kushro, thank you very much indeed. Yeah, always a fascinating look at engines. I'm always I would always be happy to discuss that kind of stuff, and something that we're hoping again to do with Rolls-Royce in the future, to go and see their assembly line with the Trent 7000 and the XWB. That's another thing that we need to. We've obviously got on that sort of like discussion point is the XWB engine is an engine that was built primarily or purely as an exclusive engine for the A350 aircraft. However, I'm guessing that all of the technology that's come from the XWB was technology that has been upgraded and improved from the Trent 1000, or from the Trent program, or at least the Trent 1000 program, or at least the latest variant of the Trent engine. But also, the modern engines will also be taking technology from the XWB as well, because I'm guessing that the XWB is their most up-to-date engine. Would we say that? But the Trent 7000, the A330Neo came after the 350, didn't it? So, yeah, I'm thinking that the Trent 7000 is probably the most would you say advanced, purely because of the fact that it's already taken most of its technology from the Trent 1000 program? It's a bit of a very interesting discussion point. Gwen M has gifted 5 Big Jet TV memberships. Thank you very much indeed. Andy P, John JG, I've been watching on TV, great show. Melanie, Jeanette McKenzie, good afternoon. High Fly Spotter, I'm watching on YouTube, on my Xbox, my iPad, my other iPad, and my Alexa. Don't say Alexa, what is an Airbus A330Neo? Simon Pewey was gifted a membership. John Driscoll, Nikki Hurl, wonderful. That is all coming from Gwen. Regan Machin, I'm guessing. Sledgehammer, lovely, lovely thing to do. Lovely, lovely way to utilise any, you know, that rather than giving us money, folks. We've talked about this and discussed it before. Rather than you know, throwing money our way, we would much rather it goes back into the community and being able to gift. Oh, the guinea pig's out. Someone feed him, will you? Where? Let's... Stephen Stimmins. Oh, 2 of them out there. Oh, Nikki Hurl, this is amazing. Thanks for the gift. Isn't that a lovely thing? Gwen is responsible for that. Flea M Wings. Thanks, Gwen. Thank you very much indeed. I'm watching the horses. Oh, that's Fast as Funk. There he is, look. Lynn Kinghorn, Craig Hits, great show so far. Team Big Jet indeed. Tom LX, your Discord notification sounds. Joe Bushman. And 321 now. Rolls-Royce Trent series have sooty combustors when power is applied, especially on approach. Yes, 321 now. Very interesting that you do bring that to our attention. Actually, I'll tell you what, GP. Yeah, let's not confuse. I was just going to say, if we get any Virgin aircraft on approach, we could maybe switch out to that if you want to do that. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I'll go and look now, mate. Hold on a minute, let me tell you. No, I've got no, it's fine. I've got VS412 in from Lagos, and it's a 330-300. Okay, there we go. Let me just see what's on approach here. That's that. Oh, here we go. We've got a Virgin VS301 from Delhi, just joining the back of the stack. He's just joining the glide slope. No, don't go. Don't follow it. Just keep doing what you're doing on flight radar, and we will, and then we'll cut to it when it is on, when it is literally. Well, actually, you need to tell me, Rupert, when you pick it up. Yeah. Really? Stephen Billings, we will follow up on that. Big exercises, apparently a military week, military exercises next week. We'll have to follow up on that. Is that going to be, is that the US or is that the UK or is that a joint exercise? Gwen M, thank you very much indeed. You're welcome, Big Jet TV. I've not been able to join the show for a while, and so good to be back and part of the Big Jet TV family. Gwen, it's great to see you back. Obviously, it's always lovely to hear from people who we haven't heard from for a while, just to, because we're like family, aren't we? And we always like to make sure that you guys are doing well. I'm going to fly in over my house in southeast London. Oh, it's going to fly in over my house in southeast London. Mark Johnson Brown. There we go. Good morning, everybody. Sue Taylor, Nick Hurl. Hi, been glued to this. Got people coming to say stay, and I can't stop watching. Well, not long now, Nicky, and then you'll be able to put all your attention on your friends. Yes, as other aircraft are in the hold and all that. It's crazy, man. In fact, it's so busy, they may well put him in the hold. Brian McCann, another very high technology area of the engine is the fuel injectors. A lot of money and research goes into them. Yeah, of course, because it's a very fine spray, isn't it? It's a very important that the exact amount is injected, because that does dictate the performance of the engine, doesn't it? What's that about the exercises, GP? Craft beer pilots, thank you very much indeed. John Stoner, good afternoon to you. Carol Cupcake. Over to Rupert, no pressure. I'm miles behind on the comments. Sorry, folks. Cleared to 13,000 feet. Fletcher 19 saying. John Walton, Cush Crow Alam, Trent 7000 is a development of the Trent 1000 powering the 787. Major difference is that it has a bleed system, unlike the Trent 1000. Okay, what we're talking about there, the Trent 1000, I think what you're talking about is the pressure bleed for electric start on the Trent 1000, and it has a bleed system on the Trent 7000 for high pressure starter. It's obviously got a high pressure starter which is powered off of the auxiliary power unit. Coming up, the Isle of Wight, Andy P saying, High Fly Spotter, Air New Zealand will not be going back to Heathrow, I'm afraid. Stuart Lip Trot, can you stay on for the Mitsubishi CRJ 100 landing at Toulouse 5 PM your time? No, Stuart. Sorry, my friend. We'll get it next time we're out here. Don't worry, we do come out here on a regular basis. Oh, okay. Well. Okay, it's 4:15 now. Okay, yeah. Well, we may well be able to do that. Who was it? It was Stuart Lipton. We'll have a go, Stuart. Sorry, I'm looking at my watch and it's 3:15 UK time, isn't it? V Jazz has a nice ring to it. Sulatea saying. Miss Dog Lover, good afternoon to you. Miss Dog Lover is a new member on Big Jet TV. Alistair McLean, myself and daughter were planning a bit of spotting at GLA after this stream, but weather getting a bit moody. Definitely not t-shirt weather here, Jerry. Yeah, there we go. Just heard actually from Rupert in London that the wind has picked up a little bit, so could be a little bit of a challenge on approach. I don't know whether it's the I think it was the captain in the left seat who took her out. I don't know if it's going to be the first officer who's going to be bringing her in, but we will find out, I'm guessing, at some point. High Fly Spotter. Hold on a minute, I'll tell you. Don't worry, mate, I'll tell you. Yes, you have. Okay, this is VS301. We're just going to do a quick test run with Rupert. Okay, over to you, Rupert. Should be picking her up now. VS1 from Delhi.
Hey folks, welcome back to Heathrow, and the wind has certainly picked up here compared to when I saw you earlier on today. VS301 here, I believe, in from Delhi. Another Virgin aircraft, not massively dissimilar to the one that we're going to be seeing coming later, but it's definitely windy, so I apologise for any wind noise in advance. Switched over to the 27 left operations for landing. So we've had 3 or 4 aircraft in so far, and the great conditions, great visibility here actually, and with the sun against the clouds, the planes are really starting to pop. wind is pretty much straight down the runway, so I'm not expecting anything spectacular, but you never know as you get nearer the ground. Might get some interesting eddy currents. Nah, greased it. I wouldn't expect anything less from Virgin. Superb stuff.
Yeah, nice one, Roop. Fantastic. Yes, back to me, G. Well, no, back to me, back to flight radar. Yeah. You got it? Okay, thank you, Rupert. Okay, there we go then first. Rupert, can you sing? Mirror asking. I talk to the trees, that's why they put me away. This is so cool, Rupert. This is... yeah, Kevin Mottershaw, thank you very much indeed. Lots of people commenting on that. That's fantastic. Thank you so much, Rupert. And first ever shoot on Big Jet TV, and doing a fantastic job there, my friend. Balfour Town Big Jet TV gifted Big Jet 10 Big Jet TV memberships. Thank you, Balfour Town. That is wonderful. And also a big shout out as well to Miss Dog Lover, who's just joined us. Great camera work, Nick Woodward saying. Great to hear you, Rupert, John Kay. Graham Hepburn, lovely. Great teamwork, Kevin Graham. Karina Roebuck, give Jilly a raise. Biscuit allowance has gone up. Becal Pam, our Rupert sounds very professional. Absolutely fantastic. The serious side of Big Jet TV. Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Crazy that... crazy. Yeah. You can promote yourself, can't you? Just... I don't know, write it on a bit of paper or something. I don't know. Make a sign for your door or something. Do not disturb. Yes, Jill Perry. Jilly up for promotion after this. Yeah. What we can... Can't get promoted or anything better than what you are, really, can you? No. Nicely done, Rupert. Thank you, Don Gutzman. Jez White. VS412 from Lagos. 3 out. Now, that is a 330. 300, I believe. We will cover that. We will shoot that. She's now, I think she's now 2 out, as it happens. You've got Aero Mexico jet after that, but between that, should be coming into sight right now. Rupert is just a 320 from Prague. And then we will cross over to you for that 330 CEO, folks. So you'll be able to get a good idea of the engine size, the difference in the engine size of the CEO versus the NEO. Primarily a completely different engine with the Trent 7000, which is more or less a Trent 1000 engine with possibly revised. I think it's just got revised exhaust cowls and the back end of the engine in terms of its exhaust area. The cone where you normally see there's a lot more carbon build up around about that area, as in carbon Kevlar. Bob M has gifted a Big Jet TV membership. That's wonderful. And Esther Leacock has also gifted a membership. What lovely people you are. Jarno Trulli. He's a, Epic Bob M. I can see her over Portsmouth. Jess Nuts saying. Jarno Trulli. Yeah. Laura, I wouldn't imagine so. Laura S, tuning in from Chicago. Good day to you. Craft Beer Pilots, she is over Portsmouth. Okay, let's cross over. We're going to go and grab that CEO right now. A330Neo. Do you want to cross over to Rupert now? This is from Lagos, VS412.
Welcome back, folks. So another Virgin A330 CEO in this case. So the current engine option, the previous generation, if you like, in from Lagos. Oh, look at this, just working hard in that wind. A little bit of movement just to correct it, keep the aircraft stabilised on the final. So the noticeable difference that you're going to see between this aircraft and the Neo will be the size of the engine nacelles, the size of the engines, those compressors being much bigger, a lot more bypass on the aircraft that we're going to see shortly compared to this CEO. See what sort of a job they make in the blustery conditions. We're going between probably a 15 to a 25 knot wind all the time here, so it's super interesting at the moment. Go on, steady, steady. Good lad, excellent. And she's down safe. Good stuff. Big old clamshell reversers, good stuff.
Thank you, Rupert. Another classic landing there. So they give you a good example of both different generations of the aircraft. The older generation still using the same technology for the cabin, for the fuselage itself. Flea M Wings is quite rightly saying, as have a few people not so much corrected me, but just informed me that indeed this Trent 7000 engine is indeed a Trent 10 1000 with bleed air. So in other words, not with electric start system, as is what we were just mentioning. And Kujro Alam 787 doesn't have an engine or APU air bleed system. In other words, it doesn't have a rear exhaust APU, as you see. Well, that's interesting to note, actually. Sorry, the 787, it does still have an exit of some sort. Is there anything in there at all? But rightly saying, Kujro saying 787 doesn't have an engine or APU air bleed system powering the air conditioning packs or wing anti-ice. It has separate electrically driven cabin air compressors providing air supply for air con. So it doesn't have an engine or APU air bleed system. So is there an APU system there as a redundant backup or whatever? Yeah, it does. Yeah, exactly. I mean, well, it's interesting because the batteries themselves, but the batteries themselves are on board and they're already passed. It's a kind of a hybrid system. Surely it runs a hybrid system, doesn't it, to continually power those batteries? It's not like they run it up to the SO garage after its flight and plug it into the, you know. John Stoner, Rupert, well done. You're a star. Jarno Trulli, Monaco 2004. It's getting more and right. It'd be great if it was Jarno Trulli. Welcome, Mr. Trulli, from years gone by, classic racing days. She's on track to fly right over my house, Serge Dashcam saying. Rab H, this is just awesome. Which view have you got it on at the moment, GP? You got on cockpit or? Okay, we got on plane view. Now this is where it's crazy, folks. If you're on your phone, you can literally move the screen around up and down, and you can see the different flight levels of the aircraft that are around it, especially when it goes into the hold. Andy P, this has been really incredible. Folks, thank you. We really appreciate all the feedback because it is something that is quite nerve-wracking. I've got to say, I didn't lose any sleep over it last night. I slept quite well because I think I was so knackered from worrying about it the day before. But there we go. Paul Howard, what a brilliant show. Well done, guys. Jan's views. Lots of people giving a shout out to Rupert. Thank you, Rupert. Thanks for the membership, Steve Aero saying. Obviously being gifted a membership, that is a lovely thing, isn't it? Stephen Stevens, no, Jilly is at my home office running the show right now. Kevin Mottershaw, is this the guy who's normally in Switzerland? Yes, it is. This is fast as funk, folks, on the feed, as you will see. Helen Clapp, yes, we do indeed have an apprentice. That'd be funny in the boardroom, wouldn't it? Right, now listen. All I asked you to do was go out there and put your camera up there. All you had to do was that. Rupert, you're hired. Jerry, thank you so much, Balfour Town, for gifting membership. Hello, everyone. Been watching Big Jet TV since August the 17th when Jerry and Johnny were at Manchester covering 2 rejected takeoffs. Wow, that was the first show at Manchester. Jerry, great to see you, my friend. Hope you stick around. Mark Luscombe. Farid Abed, this is so cool. I could see a show where Jerry might be over here, Atlanta for instance, and Rupert being at London Heathrow. Same, yeah, you never know what's going to happen in the future, folks. Thank you very much indeed. Alan James, when you're away on location, you should have a link to Heathrow to fill in things are quiet on your location. This is this great link. A little bit difficult. Little bit. That is actually quite complicated, Alan. Yeah, it would be quite complicated. The tech on that would be very complicated because it has to be remote for a start. It would have to be remote, and yeah, and of course time when you're on time zones as well. When we're in the middle of the day out in the US and it's the middle of the night here in the UK, there's nothing going on at Heathrow. It might be in the dark. All that kind of thing needs to be taken into consideration. Yeah. Jan's Views, Mark Luscombe, Rab H, Philip Thorley. Rupert seems like a pro. There we go. Jan's Views, loved that from Rupert. Harry Rundell. Love this collaboration effort with Jerry and Rupert. This make Big Jet TV the tops in plane spotting. Keep up the great work. Thank you very much indeed, Harry Rundell. And obviously Rupert's hearing everything that I'm talking about and reading out here as well. So he's saying thank you very much as well. John Samuels, really enjoying the multi-location coverage. Dean P. Yeah, it certainly looks good for the future, doesn't it? HGC, 13,000 feet. Now I'm going to see if I can pick her up on radar. Where's she at the moment? She was coming over the Isle of Wight, wasn't she? Oh, she's in the hold. I've got her. Oh, no, hold on a minute. No. Oh, yeah, look at that. She's still in the family colours. Okay, she's in the hold, folks. So are you showing that, Jilly? Are you showing her in the hold? Is that... Aircraft view in the hold. This is all flight radar, by the way, folks. Flight radar 24. Make sure you get the app, or at least give it a try, because it's an amazing piece of technology. And when you've got so many options in which way that you want to watch the aircraft, it is just fantastic. Let's just go to wow, look at that. Look at that. That is fantastic. Oh, yeah, that is brilliant in the 3D view, man. I love that, man. It is the best one, mate. It is the best one. Oh, you got the joystick as well. You got the... Oh, look, she's turning. She's turning. Hold on a minute. Oh, that is brilliant. So you've got flight deck view. Oh, that is just awesome, man. Oh, look, Air France 077 above. That is the best view ever, man. So she's doing a clockwise loop right now in the Ockham hold, I think that is. Is that the Ockham hold? She is in the Ockham hold. Andy Cooper is a new member, and bang, there we go, Chicky Armitage. Uber gifter. Chicky has just gifted 50 memberships. Chicky, you are a wonderful person, as is everybody else. Whether it's 1 or whether it's 50, it is a wonderful gesture. Thank you so much to everybody. If you bits and pieces, Jerry, you're fired. All you had to do was go to Toulouse, stay in a bleeding hotel, get up on the top of that bank and film them. But what did you do? Mirrors, 6 in the stack. Big Jet TV, where things happen. Awesome. If you've just been gifted a membership, folks, whether it might be from Balfour Town or from whomever might have gifted you membership, please come in and say thank you. That is a wonderful gesture. Bob M, this is a wonderful way to spend a Saturday afternoon amongst friends. Bob, you couldn't have said it any better than that. It is amongst friends and family. It is wonderful. Anthony Allen, 12,000 feet. Mark Johnson Brown, yes, she is in the hold. Brandon Plane Spotter 23, it's nearly time for her to land. I'm just going to quickly flip back. She is in the she's about to complete her 360-degree loop. Let's have a little look and see whether she's down to 9,700 feet. So she's turning left. Where are you going? Oh, okay. She's going to go left. Oh, no, she's not. She's just drifting. She's drifting. Yeah. Show that hold, Julie. Oh, now she's coming out of the hold, and you will see her make a right-hand turn to join the southern approach. Well, she'll track along the south side of the airfield, make a right-hand turn. She'll basically follow that that little A320, which is from Ibiza, which has just come out also from the Ockham hold, but Virgin 839P Papa, which is P stands for positioning. That's right, a positioning flight. That's why she has a P at the end of her flight number, folks, because that is a positioning flight. Okay, now she's made that nice, easy right-hand turn and tracking along the south end of the field. Well, I just think it's brilliant that we got it. They've stacked her, Craig B, saying, in hold near Gatwick, Lee Hale, Lynn Kingholm, Miss Doglover. I have to say, this is excellent coverage. Well done, team. Miss Doglover, thank you very much indeed. JF 840, for the love of transport, Billy is circling over Leatherhead. Seen that a few times actually when I've been sitting outside or playing golf at Leatherhead, where they stack them over the top of there. Alexandra Wood, 11,000 feet, HGC, Sue Cruz. Excited to be a member of Big Jet TV now, John Driscoll saying. Thank you so much indeed to you, John. There we go. Jarno Trulli. Very likely for that to happen. Cafe 777, Yin, Paul Kinman, Louise, Kathleen Melia, James the drummer, Hansel D'Souza, Dubstep Dave, Richard, Diana, Stephen Parrish, Chris Crittils, Del Marshall, Adam Tomlinson, Scottish Lord 89, Gaz R, Pete Scott, Kirsty Stevens. Wow, so many people being gifted memberships, a wonderful thing. Roy Van Can, because he can, is back as a member. Sue Cruz, indeed. Chicky, you are so generous. Is this a revenue run or straight from the factory? Tim Rotunda, straight from the factory. She's fresh from the factory on her delivery flight into London Heathrow, Tim. You can scroll back to the beginning of the show. I wouldn't do it now because we're just about to catch the landing. But Miss Doglover, you guys are amazing. Thank you very much indeed. I think we're going to get a lot of praise for doing this, and you know what? It's a lot of work and a lot of planning that's gone into it. That's what I should have, isn't it? Oh no, you can't see no. Richard Hingston. Okay, folks, she's on her way in now. She's oh, I've lost her. Have I lost her? Where's she gone? Oh no, she's going into another hold. Wow, it's busy there, man. That's crazy. Now, if you go into that 3D view, yeah, and look at, which I'm doing now, let me just, wow. Jilly, Are you able to? Are you able to? Are you able to? You know, you've got it. You're right behind it. Yeah. Are you following right behind it? Okay. You know, you can click on the screen and turn it and turn it a little bit left. Ah. Okay. 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 Because. Yeah. That's pretty cool when you do that, man. It's pretty cool when you do that. Yeah. 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 There she is turning. That is nuts, man. That is just. The technology is fantastic. Congratulations, Flight Radar 24, for making that happen, and for getting us all involved today as well. Was a wonderful thing. Meet Smoking Ape is a new member. Lisa Morris is a new member. Welcome, Lisa. Jay Bray. Wow. I've never known chat to go so quickly on a member stream. Graham Hepburn. Oh, it's not a member stream, that's right, yeah. Welcome, everybody. 9,000 feet, 247 knots, mirrors saying, Captain Ron, 10,000 feet. Okay, so obviously getting different. Cleared to 7,000 feet, Hansel de Souza. Thank you very much indeed. Great to see everybody. Andy Simulations is a new member. Welcome, Andy. Just did a 360, Mike Sailor, Sailor Mike, sorry, saying, let's just take her out of 3D. Yeah, she did a very quick loop there, didn't she? Wow, that was a quick turn. Blimey. Now I think she's been released. I think she's been released now. If that's a heart, then there's someone with a very dodgy heart needs to see a specialist as soon as possible. It's not a heart, unless you squeeze your eyes together and sort of like look sideways. I think she is now going to be heading south of the airfield. Look at that string of aircraft on approach, man. That's insane. Nick Woodward, numbers picking up again on Flight Radar 24. Here you go, GP. Numbers picking up because she's on approach. Steve Liauti, Chessington. So nice to see Flight Radar 24 making good use of all the data in enthusiasts. Share with them. Happy to provide them with my data. There we go, John K. It's all clever stuff. Bootle lad saying, odd-shaped hold, Nigel Clinning. Paul Kinman, not drawing anything in the sky. Brandon, you might actually be able to spot her now directly opposite you, going right to left, Rupert. You might. Oh, you got a bit of cloud. Lisa Morris is a new member. Okay, welcome, Lisa. Is a new member. Welcome. When are we cutting to London Heathrow? Alan Robbins. Not long now, folks. Hit that like button. Just hit that like button while you're welcome, whilst you're waiting. Jilly, do you want to quickly, for anybody who didn't see it before, quickly play out that little piece with the crew? Do you want to run that now? We're just going to run that quickly, folks. This is your crew on board that aircraft right now. Okay, stand by. Rockstar Pool 69.
Hi to Jerry and all our friends at Big Jet TV. Well, we're here in Toulouse with our first 330-900 Billy Holiday, and we're looking all good for an on-time departure at 3 p.m. So we'll see you in London.
Bye. 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 Okay, folks, here she is now, just turning into the back of, she's just soon going to be established about 10 miles out. She's just north of Bromley at the moment. Still quite some way out, I have to say. Sort of like just over Lewisham, Greenwich way, turning left over Catford. And looks like she's going to be in behind the Bimham Bangladesh 787. She's just establishing finals now. Oh, no, hold on a minute. She's going into another hole. Surely not another hole. There isn't another hold out there, is there? Oh, no, here she comes. No, that's just, yeah. looking at that line, it kind of gives me that Popeye look about it, but I don't know if that's or someone with a cartoon's crash helmet with goggles on. Anyway, there we go. Okay, she is 1, 2, 3. She is 4 out, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready. We're going to be handing it over to London. And this is Rupert, ladies and gentlemen. Give him some love. Give him some support. Mop that brow, Rupert. It's the only time you're going to get to do it. Andy Simulations, just quickly. Last ones. Here we go. Matty is... welcome back, Matty. Here we go, folks. We're going to hand it over. Hold on. Let's just wait till she's... No. Yeah, wait till we've got her in shot. We're just... we're nearly there, folks. Let's land this beauty. Lots and lots of comments coming across right now. Paul Hodgson, she's going to be joining the stack after the Biman 787. No, she's 4th out. I think she's 4th out, mate. You should see her starting to come into shot quite soon. Just doing the Lambeth walk right now. Oi! Yeah, that 3D view is just fantastic, man. Keep it on that 3D view, GP. It's a shame that... Wow, you can go underneath her, mate. You can go... Oh my God, you can go underneath her, Jilly. See if you get it. See if you get the undercarriage coming down. I doubt very much you'd be able to get it. No, I don't think it does. We're just very excited about it. Coming into view now, folks. Okay, gear coming down. Let's go. We're going to cross to London now, folks. Enjoy this. Over to you, Rupert. GP, go to Rupert.
Hi, folks. Thanks, Jerry. So, back again. The wind has come absolutely out of nowhere. It's got to be gusting 30 knots up here. So, hang on with me while we get this girl on the ground. So I got a big old reflection off the screen, so I'm hoping I'm looking at the right aircraft here, frankly. But she's established on finals. Gear is down. Come on, girl, you can do it. Fantastic. Yeah, gear was down well out there. Fantastic. Oh yeah, brilliant. Oh, we're all good here. Look at the big old donks on. So bigger, significantly bigger nacelle on these things. It's about another 50 centimeters or something bigger like that. The fan, I think, on the on these motors, on these Neo motors, Trent 7000s. Yeah, down to that's right, down to 20 blades, I think, on these engines, and 10 or 11% more efficient, and about half the perceived noise is the incredible thing. Absolutely massive steps forwards with this motor. Again, very similar to that Trent 1000 motor that's used on the 787, variation of, effectively. Here she comes now, folks. I'm going to say on about a 2-mile final for 27 left. The wind has really picked up. It's gusting, but it's pretty much straight down the runway, so hopefully it's not going to be too hairy for a first landing here at London Heathrow, and in fact her first landing away from her birthplace, effectively. Billie Holiday, of course, famous American jazz singer. And one of several 330-900s that are going to be delivered to Virgin, the first one. And Jerry and Jilly going on the first fare-paying flight for this aircraft. Absolutely fantastic. I'm not going to say I'm jealous, but obviously I am. Out to Boston in just a couple of weeks, isn't it, I think? Here we go. Here we go. Try and hold this thing steady for you folks in what seems like a 90-mile-an-hour crosswind. It's not Storm Eunice, but then again, I'm not Jerry Dyer, so let's see what we can do here. Look at that, fantastic. Just the colours on the nacelles of these Virgin aircraft, absolutely fabulous. That sort of candy apple red colour, it's beautiful. Okay, let's see what we can do. Go on, steady, steady, steady. Oh, that's just absolute precision. Isn't that superb? Nailed it, absolutely nailed it. Well done. So now where's she gonna go? Where's she gonna go? Well, slightly more concerning for me is where's my camera gonna go in this wind, because I'm struggling to pin the thing down. Big long run out there. Absolutely, absolutely. Off to the right, so a turn to the north, over to the right, and here we go. So clear of 27 left now, right hand turn, 90 degrees up to the taxiway. Where's she going to go? And taking a left by the look of it. She's taking a left and heading away. How are we doing? What a great looking piece of kit. I don't know how many Virgin have got ordered of these things, but 16 aircraft on order. 3 by the end of 2022. Incredible piece of kit. That's right, the G-Tom coming up next. Yeah, that's right, the next one to be delivered. And she's has she stopped there? Could well be waiting by for the taxi information. Yeah, I don't see any I don't think it's going to be any issues. There's no support vehicles or anything like that, but she's just stopped up waiting for some we got a right hand turn. Let's see where she's going to head up, folks. Would be really nice if she came back towards us, get a good shot. Not quite as sunny here at London Heathrow as it was down in Toulouse, so the colour's not popping quite as much as we saw earlier on, but what a fantastic sight to see this delivery flight of a new generation aircraft for Virgin, one of 16. And is that a follow me that's waiting there, maybe? Possibly. Aircraft, there's an airfield support vehicle, one of the defenders there in the middle of the taxiway. Yeah, he's cleared off. Yeah, I can't blame him. Yeah, I'd be getting out of the way if I had something like that bearing down on me, that's for sure. Oh, sorry about that. There we go. Taxi lights have gone off. Where's she gonna go? Get a good view of those big Trent 7000 donks on her. Again, significantly bigger than the CEO variants, and a bigger wing, of course, on this Neo version. Some 4 meters bigger, 64 meter span in total, I think. And I think, from what I understand, the 330-900 has been much more popular in terms of sales compared to the 800, which traded off some capacity for range. Obviously, most operators preferring to go with the higher capacity version of the aircraft. She's still rolling there, or is she parked up? Can't quite tell. Taxi lights are gone off, anti-collision is still on, but not moving, it seems. Where's she going to go? Hopefully they were expecting it, you know, they're not having to quickly clear out space and hang out. Oh no, she turned up. Still quite a long way out here, folks. Down there. Yeah, it's a fair way to go. She is stopped there, folks, right at a junction, so it could be a left turn here, or she could sneak it up a little bit further. Is that left turn? Yeah, we got a left turn. Yeah, sorry folks, keep referring to the engines as donks. Just a bit of slang calling them donkeys. Looks like it, yeah. Here we go. Is she parking up to that gate there? Straight up to a gate. Yes, it's further down. Yeah, she's a little bit further down the apron here. It looks like it, going into the Virgin terminals. And just gonna be obscured. Behind the, just sneaking behind that Emirates vertical stab. And she's gone. Parked up, I think. Parked up. Well, folks, that was fantastic, wasn't it? I mean, the fact we managed to track this thing all the way from Toulouse, delivery flight, new aircraft for Virgin. It doesn't get any better, does it? It's absolutely brilliant. Thoroughly enjoyed that one. Do that, Jerry, yet? Not a problem at all. Okay, folks, I'm going to sign off here, so I'll just say a quick goodbye. Stand by a second. Okay. Are you there? Oh, there you are. Fantastic. Folks, thank you very much for joining me here at London Heathrow. I want to say a massive thanks to Hilton Garden Inn. They've been absolutely brilliant. First time I've been here, I absolutely can't fault them. Superb stuff. Thanks to Virgin, thanks to Flight Radar 24 for supporting this and giving us all the tech to follow the flight on the way over. And of course, finally, thank you very much to Jerry and Jilly for inviting me over, having faith in me for delivering this stream to them here from Heathrow. I hope you enjoyed it. My name's Rupert, and I'm going to hand back over to Jerry over in Toulouse. Take care, and I'll see you all soon. Cheers.
Didn't he do well? Well done, Roop, mate. You did an amazing job, mate. Thank you so much. Very professional. Also, just wanted to add to that, obviously Virgin Atlantic, but also the Heathrow police, who are keeping us all safe as well. We have to call in to the Heathrow police and give them a CAD number every time we're filming from the top of any of the roofs out there. A very quick procedure, but it's always good to be safer than sorry. We don't want a couple of officers coming up there disturbing us halfway through the stream. But anyway, lots and lots of people congratulating Rupert. Thank you so much, folks. We really appreciate your time. Thank you to Jilly again. I know I'm repeating what Rupert said, but thank you to Jilly for really putting all this tech together and making sure that everything runs smoothly. Of course, it is both myself and Jilly who work on all of this in terms of the planning, how we're going to play out and all that kind of stuff. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it's Jilly, it's Fingers Jilly who does all the work. Listen, I cannot thank you enough, folks. We did have a massive amount of people. Number one on Flight Radar 24 tracked aircraft with Virgin Atlantic. Thank you to Gareth and all the team. Thank you to the crew. Even without the wing wave, it went absolutely flawless. There was not one moment in there where it dropped off. So thank you to everybody. Thank you to you folks for getting involved. It has been a great pleasure, and thank you to all the folks who came up and said hello to me here today. Luckily, it is a weekend, so there's not a great deal of other work going on as well. Otherwise, we would have been all over the place filming everything. But we will be back at Toulouse. Thank you, Toulouse, for making us feel welcome as well. Spoken to the chief of the police folks that work here as well, just to give them a heads up that we're in town as well. But indeed, thank you to everybody. Lots of great feedback, and I'm sure we will continue to get that through your whatever channels you bring it to us on, and also through the emails as well. Thank you, folks. Really enjoyed it. Thanks once again. We will see you next week on Big Jet TV. Not sure where we're going to be. We do hear that there is apparently some exercises going on military wise, so we might be checking in on that, but we will of course let you know. Make sure you give us a like on your way out, folks. We really appreciate that. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. If you're new to Big Jet TV, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell as well, so that you never miss anything live on Big Jet TV. Thank you to all my members as well who've been involved in this today, both you, the lurkers in the background, but also the folks on the screen as well. We really appreciate your support, and you're coming along and inviting everybody and welcoming everybody as well. And thank you to all those who gifted memberships, and welcome to all you new giftees. Make sure you give your giftors a shout out and thank them as well. Thank you, folks. Really appreciate it. Rupert and Jilly, Alex at Flight Radar, Gareth at Virgin Atlantic, Ian at Flight Radar as well. We've got to thank everybody. It's a massive effort that we've put this together, and it has worked almost better than the Eurovision Song Contest. Sorry, was that Switzerland with the vote? Nil point. Yeah, thanks for that. We'll see you later, folks. Cheers, bye. Okay, GP, you can go cut.